What up, y'all? Lost in Seattle. We about not made it. They tried to pack us up yesterday.
Thought this show wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, this is episode 14, I think.
15.
All right. See, they messed it up because we was in order.
Episode 15.
All right, episode 15. So we uploaded a video yesterday about the door-to-door shit. We put it up late Thursday night.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was like it was about to take off. And then we woke up the next morning. I got a message that said, "Oh, this video has been striked, and it has been removed for misinformation, medical misinformation, and that we won't be able to upload for a week."
Had to fight.
If you go to our last 4 videos, only way I could communicate was I had to go to our latest videos to put it in there and pin it and say, "Look, we might not be able to upload for the rest of the week." Which means at some point I got to start linking our Twitter. I don't use Twitter to tweet ever. We don't have no followers. I don't use Twitter. I just use it for information. I go in there to see what's going on and keep up with stuff in real time. But I might link the Twitter just so if something happens to the channel, you can go see us say, "Hey, we got taken down" or something like that.
Or we might have to even create a backup channel too.
Maybe.
Because shit getting real.
I mean, they've been on us since we had 40 subscribers.
We a small little YouTube channel out here just trying to make it.
Little us is such a threat, but that goes with what's going on. It's funny that this happens because just recently we saw the White House go in full throttle at war with quote unquote misinformation.
That's what they're calling it now.
Yeah, across social media. Particularly, they made sure to point out Facebook, but they said some other things that inferred YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, which is owned by certain people, but so yeah.
Or even hell your own websites probably too.
Well, we know they took down, 15 websites they said were connected to quote unquote terrorist organizations. Now, I don't know if they were actually terrorists. I didn't know the U.S. government could confiscate your website.
So that defeats the point of leaving a platform, creating your own website now, because they'll just go there and take away that shit too.
They're just following you. So, hey, the game getting tough. You know what? And I'm not gonna do it, but I see why certain people leave YouTube and start doing stuff like Patreon and
or creating their own web pages.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But we're gonna get right into this alleged misinformation campaign that they're talking about.
Started with Mr. Biden.
Yeah, Biden here. You see Biden on Facebook. They're killing people with vaccine misinformation. Now, look, we said constantly. And by the way, we beat our case. The reason we beat our case is because we didn't say nothing about the vaccine.
Medical information. Nothing was inferred about medical information.
Yeah, we just talked about the door-to-door campaign. So that's how we was able to beat our case. So if you want to talk about this type of stuff, you got to be slicker than hand piss, because you can't be outright with what you want to say. Well, some people can, and then they just get terminated. Now they're able to make videos for a month, and then they channel just get deleted.
Yep. But this nigga here was scared. He didn't know what to do.
No, I was just like, man, this is crazy. But anyway, as you can see right here, Biden on Facebook, they're killing people with misinformation. He went on to say, President Joe Biden on Friday said platforms like Facebook are killing people by allowing COVID-19 vaccine misinformation on their services. Asked what his message for the platform, message was to platforms like Facebook regarding COVID disinformation. Biden said they're killing people. Now, y'all, pretty sure y'all remember that clip where he said that. Look, man, the U.S. government has no power to control your speech. That's literally in the Constitution, freedom of speech. That's the first.
They're trying to the Constitution going out the damn window.
But they can't stop you from speaking, but they can get a privately owned company to put in certain policies they want. For instance, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all privately owned. They're not public domain. You can use them, but it's their platform. That's why they're allowed to delete your accounts for going against their terms of service and stuff. So what the government is doing, what the White House is doing, whatever you want to call it, they're now trying to convince these tech companies, or let me stop. The tech companies want to do it, but they're making it seem more theatrical to make it seem like the White House is against the tech companies. We saw what they did during the election.
Actually,
before the election, during all this COVID shit, you can't post nothing about COVID. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
The corporate people are actually the puppets behind the screen.
Exactly. It's not.
They running the White House. The president is just the face.
Yeah, it's not. The White House ain't really doing none of this stuff. These are tech companies that are really doing it, because they can't control your freedom of speech. Talking about the government, but these tech companies can. This is their platform. They have the ability to choose who and who can't use it. So with that comes certain stipulations. Come like, hey, you can't talk about certain stuff, which is insane. You can't talk about certain stuff without. I mean, hell, we say the word COVID right now. When we upload this video, there's gonna be a little banner beneath the video saying COVID information, Wikipedia type shit. We ain't gonna talk. We don't talk about the vaccine because you can't.
If we could,
we talk about the campaign that's pushing it, the door-to-door stuff, how they're covering the alleged low. And they're saying now that the numbers of people getting vaccinated is lowering. They're saying that that's because of the misinformation. That's the stuff we talk about because you can't touch nothing else. And even then, you saw we almost got cooked yesterday. But anyway, that goes with the other thing that's going on right now, which is, and it goes to say, like we keep saying, we have to make sure we keep saying this. If you decide to take it, that is your business. I'm not telling you if you should or shouldn't. It's not my business what you do. We just talking about how they are clearly covering this situation from being put in a certain light.
What they're doing is they're trying to make they're trying to make the vaccinated and unvaccinated people have like a war.
Yeah, and if you notice, the leader, the head of the CDC, what did she say? She said that there's a pandemic amongst the unvaccinated. So I told you, man, they're starting to say that the reason why the country is in the turmoil is in, as far as the pandemic, is because of unvaccinated people.
I have the right to not. That's my choice if I don't want to take this.
What's that saying? My body, my choice.
And that's what somebody said. My body, my choice. That's what women do. If they want to have abortions, they get to say my body, my choice. But you don't get to make that choice. If you are vaccinated, then you're safe.
Well, they try to make it seem like that's not the same thing.
It is the same thing.
I know, but they'll say it's not the same thing. But as you see here, Biden administration flagging problematic posts for Facebook. So what that means is, and we saw there was a report, I forgot how long ago, where they said that certain agencies, allied agencies, were going to be monitoring, can't say the word now, gonna be watching your text messages for censoring.
Monitoring?
Yeah, I just can't say it right now. Tongue twisted. They're gonna be watching your text messages to see if you say anything, any misinformation. Now think about it for a second. Private messages, but then they came out and said that's not true. Actually, they're gonna be trying to stop campaign messages, as in somebody who's running for office or somebody that's able to do mass text. We're going to stop that from being misinformation.
Oh, I was about to say they can pay the bill. If they want to take it, they can pay the bill.
Well, that's how they spent the story. We don't know if what's one is the true way they did it. Now, another thing they went with them talking about, they went on to talk about people who were spreading misinformation. It came down to allegedly 12 people on the list of people who they said were they were the cause for 65% of the misinformation out there. Now, there's a lot of white people on this list, so we don't give a damn about them. But Rizza Islam, whatever we got to say about him, he's on the list. And Kevin Jenkins, I'm going to show you who he is. Kevin Jenkins, for what I saw, he's like a guy who's trying to help people. He has a couple organizations to help people fly, as in be able to actually go places without taking the vaccine or using mask, I think. I think he's trying to start his own...
But you don't have to take the vaccine to get on the airplanes. Right now.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But I think if that came into fruition, there will obviously be some airlines that would be created for people who are unvaccinated, because there would be an audience for people who don't want to take it that would pay money.
Instead of worried about us, how about y'all worry about Biden's son making money off painting pictures with a damn crack pipe?
He's an artist. That's the Mona Lisa for them.
Think about it. Okay, we just had a president in Trump who had multiple baby mamas.
Yeah.
Multiple baby mamas. Was calling people hoes. Didn't he accuse some woman of being a hoe because he said she slept away with her? It wasn't just Kamala. It was some other woman he said was a hoe. We had a president who had multiple baby mamas, calling people hoes, set tripping all over the place. Now we got another president whose son is a crackhead.
Had the pipe.
Literally had a pipe in his car. He literally is painting pictures with a crack pipe and selling it for a lot of money.
Any way to make money.
Somebody said,
He's a capitalist.
Somebody said, somebody gonna buy one and say, "Oh wow, you have a Hunter Biden original."
Shit, niggas in the 80s wish they could have been painting paintings with crack pipes.
And that paints a very picture. The man who wrote the crime bill,
son,
because of the crack epidemic, has a son
who's
on
making
crack,
money off of
who's
it.
profiting off of being on crack.
It always comes back into fruition into one big circle.
It's crazy. It's just insane. But if y'all want to know more about that Biden situation, we might not be even. I don't even know if we can cover that. Can we? Because you remember before the election, you couldn't even touch the Hunter Biden stuff. They literally banned the laptop thing. If you saw the laptop stuff, I mean, what else is there to say? But anyway, so these are the people they said were the most dangerous. 12 people. We won't get into those 2 people. But another thing they said was, new anti-vaxxers are instructing the following to give CCDH a piece of your mind. Why? Because our campaign to get anti-vaccine propagandists on social media is working. Please help defeat the dangerous anti-vax lies by supporting our campaign. Now, Center for Countering Digital Hate, or at least the report that was released that condemned these 12 people, was actually written by a organization in Britain, not in America.
British in our business.
Why would a British organization be speaking on what's going on in America?
America about to be finished. This
is crazy. So it's obviously some type of intelligence organization aligned with them. Listen. Now, I don't know if it's some foreign intelligence, like is it MI6, whatever they call themselves. Is it the CIA? Are they giving foreign intelligence to a foreign country so that they can't be called out for spying on American citizens? Because the somebody say CSI. CIA is not allowed to do that. They're not allowed to spy on U.S. citizens, even though we know they are. But this is what they said. I'm going to show you the article that they put out about those people. You see here, 12 prominent people opposed to vaccines are responsible for 2/3 of anti-vaccine content online.
But so they can go and make a article saying that these 12 people are responsible for 2/3. Isn't that kind of slandering somebody's name? They get to put out that information on people?
I mean, it depends. Are they really against it or not? But anyway, so I don't know. Are they against it or not? Because their point is they're anti-vaxxers.
Oh, he didn't have no channel on YouTube. Well, he knew he
No,
could.
he was removed from Facebook.
No, I'm talking about YouTube.
Oh, no, YouTube.
Don't even try on YouTube.
You can't even try on YouTube. We don't went through this twice. Facebook, he's been removed. Twitter, he's active. Instagram, he's active. Rizza Islam anti-vaccine posts amid to spread vaccine hesitancy among African Americans. While Facebook removed Rizza Islam's Facebook page in February, he continues to post anti-vaccine messages from his Instagram and Twitter accounts. See, example of violation. Now, keep in mind, pay attention to wording, people. They said these are violations. What are violations connected to? Policies or laws. There's no violation in what he said. I thought we were in America. Free country, free speech. There's no violation in speech. Let's get to it. Now, it's been said that a whistleblower at, I don't know what they say, just tested their new COVID-19 vaccine on 63 women in the UK and made 61 of them infertile. I can't even read this right now.
No, you got to stop.
I can't even read it.
So read it for yourself in the article.
Just read it for yourself.
Scroll down.
Well, it's not. It's like a put together thing. So these are the things he said that they said broke policies or made violations. You know, right here, he said something about Minister Farrakhan, obviously. And this was his reaction to being put in that post. This was his reaction to being put in that post. He said, "I am honored to be included on this list. Speaking the truth gets you banned, but the system doesn't realize that we are not fooled. You cannot control us with tricks and lies the way you used to. Go ahead and tell this organization why we don't trust these experimental shots." Now, most of the people in the mentions of this, they were actually going against the Center for Countering Digital Hate. Now, think about it for a second. Think about that name, Center for Countering Digital Hate. So controlling speech. Not just speech, by the way, thought. There's a concerted effort to control how you think. So think about this for a second. If somebody get on the internet and tell you something negative about the vaccines, they think you're so stupid, You won't look it up for yourself. And then if somebody else came along with positive things to say about it, you would ignore them because of what you heard negative. They don't think that American people have the cognitive ability to think for themselves the real and the fake. They think you're so stupid, you need us to control what you hear. Because you can't do it on your own. Because the only way you won't do this is because you're stupid. Not because you just don't want to. Or
just don't want to.
You got information that,
I've researched my own information on it, and I've come to the conclusion that it's not for me.
But, you're not allowed to have that thought. So the fact that you think that way must means you've been brainwashed.
And if these vaccine people want to throw blows, let's go.
Look, man, it ain't my fight.
No, I'm trying to get physical.
I don't want no smoke.
I won't smoke.
Do what you want. I don't want no smoke. Just leave me the hell alone.
You're not gonna tell me and blame me for the reason why the country is going to shit. It's because I don't want to take that. You're not gonna tell me.
Well, they're saying that it's costing money and it's forcing the country to be shut down longer, and it's now Biden is saying you're killing people.
Let the weak fall and the strong survive. That's how shit works.
What's the old saying? We don't die, we multiply. But let's get to the next guy. Kevin Jenkins. That's another guy who was on the list. As you can see here, it says Facebook, he's active. Twitter, he's active. Instagram, he is active. Now, they haven't got him. So he's able to...
They don't even try on YouTube. They don't even try.
There's no need. Kevin Jenkins is an anti-vaccine activist with growing social media presence who has appeared at public events with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Now, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he's also on the list. That's obviously John F. Kennedy's nephew, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
I think it's his nephew, maybe. Or great nephew, something like that. He has been against vaccines for 20 years. He's been on this, talking about the alleged ailments that it causes. So he met up with him, has called vaccines a conspiracy to wipe out black people, and is co-founder of the Freedom Airway and Freedom Travel Alliance. So he wants to help people be able to fly without taking the...
And listen, in that post that I'm reading right now, where it says example violations, what he's saying is absolutely true in some instances, because if you look at the commercials, they always have a black person sitting in a chair getting a damn needle stuck in their
every
arm.
Commercial,
every just happens to
segment,
be a black man or a black woman just walking by while the news reporter is talking. Who are y'all talking to?
As you can see here, a company founded in late 2020 to help its members travel around the world without observing any masking, quarantining, vaccination, or any pandemic control measures. Example violation is now deleted Facebook Live from DC on January 6th.
Don't read that part.
Kevin Jenkins stands on stage and tells the crowd that black people are being targeted with the vaccine. You can see what he said there. He said there's $1 trillion being used to convince you.
I'm gonna wait to say this when we go into another segment.
All right. Here, Jenkins claimed that the black community has been targeted for experimentation with the vaccine. I don't even know if I can say this, even though it's true.
Don't say it. Read it.
I'm gonna say this: experimental, and you know the word I want to say next. That's what it is. It's been, the FDA gave it an emergency. Okay, they said they might approve it around. They said in a couple months, which means probably around October. They're gonna approve it officially, say it's okay, and then shit gonna get real wicked. Cause that's when I think companies are gonna start making it mandatory, because it's official now. FDA approved it. Now, the reason why a lot of these people are getting away with this is because you can't sue. Donald Trump, when he brought in warp speed, the pharmaceutical company said, well, it takes longer to do this, but if you're gonna make us do it, we want protection. We do not want to be held liable for anything. And he had to give him that. So it is what it is, man. As you can see, these are all the messages they trying to say he violated. Those are his violations, people. Now, this is a video of him on his website. Hold on. This is on his website right here. As you can see, he could tell who he targets for the most part. Community outreach and all that stuff. He says, now look at this. I want to show y'all this clip. He's the guy right here in the top corner.
Step outside of that box, the allopathic box. And so now I function as an
not an internet woman. This is him right here, obviously, Kevin Jenkins. So right here, they were talking about medical racism.
The job of people that has so much to say, and make no mistake, I have a lot to say because of the bravery and the courage and the resiliency,
which I think is extremely important right now to utilize this as a vehicle, is the fact that unfortunately they want people to run with one narrative, but the truth of the matter is that there's still a lot of suppression in the medical community, education. I mean, there's so many different ways we could talk about this, but right now we really want to focus on this drive to get I would say continued experimentation, if you want to.
And that's grounded in his blackness, a black man that understands his community, a black man that's invested in his community, she called me a racist. She said, I am a racist, a black man, a black American. That's still fighting for
he made sure to preface black American too.
full citizenship.
I have to speak into that because
so as you can see, they don't like him. So he's one of the black dudes that are speaking against certain aspects of the vaccination. And this list how is this not considered? What they call it?
I believe that True News is not on that list.
Well, True News and a lot of these other people are considered like far right, alt right. You don't have to listen to them. They just say you're a racist, you're alt right. Okay. These people you can't call Rizza Islam, an alt right person. It's like you can't do that with Kevin Jenkins. It's like
they can call him a black extremist,
but they're not though. So they can't. Well, you could say Rizza Islam can be thrown in that category because he's part of the Nation of Islam, which is part of is under the Southern Poverty Law or the ADL, whichever one. Got them.
It's the Southern Poverty.
They got them listed as a terrorist organization or a hate organization. So it is what it is, man. So they put 12 people on that list. How is that not considered like a targeting? That's targeting because you put them on this list and say they're bad people.
Which means you could have people out there who are going to these rallies. Remember, there was a clip of people who are going to people who are protesting the vaccine, and they are pro-vaccine, and they're intentionally going and putting stuff and showing stuff in the protest to mock them.
Yeah.
So they could have a target on their back. These people could, attack them.
Yeah, as you see here,
like you're holding back the country. People like you, and put some rounds in his ass.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. So now, when Kevin Jenkins or Rizza Islam, I'm not gonna say Rizza Islam because he already was on kind of a list, but Kevin Jenkins guy, or even Rizza Islam, we'll use him too. When they walk around there in certain areas, are they not in danger to be harassed?
Well, they probably stay in black areas. I'm
just saying they are in danger to even by black people.
That's what I'm about to say too.
They can be harassed now. People can walk up to them and start challenging them and cursing them out and say you're not allowed here and all this other stuff.
You got some Negroes that would do that.
Unfortunately, yeah. You see how White House turns up heat on big tech, COVID, disinformation doesn't. But it ain't really the White House is not turning the heat up on them. The big tech companies are making it. They're telling them to do this so they can fake. Like they were pressured to do this stuff.
So they can get more control.
Yeah, we were pressured to put these policies in. No, you wanted to put them in and you used the government putting pressure on you to do it.
Y'all working behind the scenes.
Yeah. All these people got these people in their pocket.
They think you stupid.
They think you that's so
because Facebook has been doing this, so why all of a sudden are they gonna just start being less controlling on their platform?
Bruh. It's
they think you stupid.
It's so angering that they think you're so stupid.
This is why black people walk around mad all day, people. When you know shit you know, and then people treat you like you a kid, like you stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. This is why you're angry all the time. And you be wanting to whoop people's ass all the time.
So as you can see here, we already talked about that. Or we're gonna get in that too. Okay, we went through all this. Now we can move on to the we're gonna move forward now to another American
shocking
government.
And the plot thickens.
Now we've been talking about the Haiti thing because it's been so obvious what's going on. And the way the media is covering it is so bullshit. It's such bullshit.
I wish Haitian people who are Haitian would talk about this on their platform.
I started seeing them speak about it a lot more now.
I ain't seen none.
It's Haitians talking about it, particularly in Haiti, obviously. and ones that are. You gotta understand. There's some people that come from those countries, not just Haiti, but Europe, any country outside of America. When their family come here, they almost disengage from any politics involved in their other country because they're like, I'm not from there no more. I'm American. So I'm pretty sure there are some Haitian people who just, it's like, I'm Haitian, I'm proud Haitian, but I'm not in Haiti. So, that's why you don't really see too many protests and stuff. Well, it's not a lot of Haitians in this country.
They claim they come here for education to better themselves so they can go back to their country
I've never
invest
heard that.
in it. That's what they
I've never heard them say the last one about going back.
Yes, they do. They say they go.
Listen, I'm saying I've never heard that.
I've heard it plenty of times where they say when you bring up the fact that, oh, you left your country to come here, blah. They say, well, I didn't leave my country to come here. I left my country to get better education, and so I can go back to my country and invest and help my country. That's what majority of them say. Right. But majority of them don't go back.
Well, I think that goes to standard of living. Because I remember there's a guy we watched. What's his name? Thoughts Camera Action. He made comments about Jamaica. He was like, the things he don't like about Jamaica is the religious thing and how it's so controlling, all that stuff over there. How I guess you could say they're more stubborn in their religion. And there was another guy in our comment section. I think he's a subscriber. Shout out to him. I forgot his name. He made the point that he is a dude born in the Caribbean islands. I forgot what country. I think it was Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica, I think. And he said that he calls himself Black American, or Black, should I say, because he grew up around Black people. And that's kind of, it ain't, because I asked him, is it because you grew up in America and America put you in that box, or because you grew up around Black Americans? He said, because I grew up around Black Americans. So much so that when he goes back to his other country, he don't feel comfortable. He doesn't even mix well with them. It's like he's so disengaged from it. It's like he doesn't feel like he's home when he's home, or when he's there, should I say.
That's like me moving up here to the Northwest. It's a totally different environment. Then I go back to North Carolina
and feel less comfortable.
No, I feel more comfortable when I go back home.
Once again, he grew up around Black Americans. I think he said from New York. he listened to different music, different food, different. It's just different. So when he go back, I don't know if he grew up there. He simply visits there, I guess. It's different.
We be calling these Negroes up here weird.
But anyway, U.S. military once trained Colombians implicated in a Haiti assassination plot, Pentagon says.
Yep, we knew it. We didn't need y'all to come out and make that statement. We already knew it.
I said this would come out. I said the second I heard they were Colombian, I said they were hired. Number one, they were a hit squad hired by somebody with some money. I said that more than likely somebody hired somebody to hire somebody to hire somebody to hire somebody to kill somebody.
Yeah, this ain't nothing new for the U.S. I believe it's even out there that the U.S. actually trained the cartel.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
They're invested in that too.
The United States trained lots of Caribbean, South American, Central American groups. That is on record. They train a lot of those groups. If you can see here, U.S. military trained Colombians. Then it says right here, some of the former Colombian servicemen arrested after last week's assassination of Haiti president previously served U.S. military training, according to the Pentagon, raising fresh questions about the United States ties to Jovenel Moïse's death. This is what the lieutenant colonel had to say. A review of our training database indicates that a small number of Colombian individuals detained as part of this investigation have participated in past U.S. military training and education program while serving as active members of the Colombian Military Forces. Why is the U.S. military training Colombian military?
When they say small, they mean all of them.
Think about it for a second. Why would the U.S. train another military?
They're stupid. When that military can rise up against you and use your same tactics in war, that doesn't make any sense.
What normally happens, how it's supposed to go, or how it normally goes, is a former military person that can be from the United States, a person who served in the Marines or Special Forces, they will retire and they will become a contractor, and then they will be hired to train militaries because they're no longer part of the U.S. military. For the U.S. military, active members to train another military is insane. That's almost as crazy as America sharing literal, what's the word? can't remember the word. Goddamn. Our U.S. intelligence agencies are sharing directly with other countries.
Well, we know they're sharing with Israel.
That's who I really was hitting around to. They're directly sharing like
Hell,
top secret information.
Israel military, they train the United States, don't they?
Oh Lord, don't get me started with Israel. Israel is the one who George Floyd, Derek Chauvin,
The kneeling on the neck.
that's Israeli training.
That's their tactic.
Israeli military, the IDF, I think they call it, Israel Defense
believe
Force.
so.
And they also train in South Africa. As a matter of fact,
The whites.
Yeah, the white ones. Let me tell you something about Israel and South Africa. South Africa back in the during what's it call it? Apartheid. They were starting a basically eugenics program where they were trying to create a weapon to kill the black South Africans.
And once again, that's how you know who is who.
So they were literally taking the genetics of the South Africans and trying to create an ethno-bomb, a chemical bomb to kill them. And guess who took on that project with them? Israel. Israel then went on to create a bomb to kill Palestinians. Look it up. They have an ethno-bioweapon that will kill Palestinians only. That you can drop the bomb in front of an Israeli person and an Arab person. It will only kill the Arab.
But niggas in their conspiracies, when they were saying back in the day that the CIA had an invisible thing that can give you a damn heart attack.
That's another thing. Back in the 80s, I'm sorry, that was the 70s or 60s maybe. It might have been the 60s probably because that's when it was a hype.
It was the 70s.
70s?
70s, 80s.
There were a lot of black men were saying the CIA has a heart attack gun. That was during the crack era. Yeah, they were saying they got this gun that'll shoot you and you will die from a heart attack. Look it up. And guess what the U.S. military admitted? They came in front of the Congress and showed the weapon. This is the weapon we use. We call it the heart attack gun. It was like, but the black man, he always a conspiracy theorist. He paranoid.
That boy just had a heart attack out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Go back and look at some of those deaths that happened to those Black Panthers. The Panthers. Go look at how they died randomly. They died in their sleep. They walked down the street and they died in crazy ways. And you go, what the hell? They were fully healthy. How they die? How many of them got in car accidents? How many of them shot themselves in a way that don't make sense? How you shoot yourself twice? How many people don't got shot twice in a suicide? How is that even possible?
You didn't hit the right artery, so
2 shots to the head. Yeah, okay. All right. But yeah, that's some of the bullshit they had to admit to. And like I said, we expected it. Definitely not surprised at all. Now here,
it's getting serious.
Now right here, this is The Intercept. They said at least 7 Colombians in Haiti assassination received U.S. training. So now
it's more than 7.
They said 7 out of what,
it's
20,
like 21.
What was it, 26? They're saying 7 out of 26 for training.
It was 26.
Yeah, probably. I give them the benefit of the doubt and say it was 20.
Hell, I'm saying it was all 26.
Now you do know that they also admitted that one of the Haitian Americans in that case were a literal DEA informant. That came out as well. One of the dudes was a DEA informant. That's why he had a DEA hat. So that means the DEA had an informant that they placed, even though it was multiple informants, not just one. But the DEA placed one of their informants in the plot to kill Jovenel Moïse. Now they'll say they were just getting information.
No, you won't.
Remember that woman? I forgot what's the name of that damn woman. Whitmer, the senator or governor. I forgot her name. The one who almost got kidnapped by those. I think it was Proud Boys. They said try to do it. Turns out a lot of them were CIA or FBI informants. Yeah. It has been admitted that the January 6th insurrection, some of them were CIA, FBI informants.
Actors too.
Oh, don't get me started with the actors.
We did the video on that. Go back and watch it.
The dude who's married to the black woman, it's so clear he's a damn actor.
They was on Judge.
They was on Judge Joe. Yeah, the black. What's her name?
Judge Lynn Toller.
Yeah, they was on her show, and it's like, just to happen. All right. These people are so damn wicked, bruh. God damn. Look at this right here. A quarter of the ex-Colombian soldiers currently suspected in the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse received U.S. military training, Intercept confirmed Friday, with some of the alleged attackers participating in programs as recently as 2015 that range from vehicle maintenance to professional development of counterterrorism and drug war operations. Courses were held in both Colombia and the United States. The Pentagon and the State Department are currently reviewing internal records to determine precisely how many of the alleged assassins were trained by the U.S. To date, state and DOD have identified 7 individuals among a possible 25 alleged that have been involved by Haitian authorities that previously participated in past U.S. military training and educational programs while previously serving in the Colombian military. A U.S. government official confirmed in an email to The Intercept. Individuals have been approved for a variety of training activities held both in Colombia and the United States between 2001 and 2015. Now, also keep in mind that a lot of the Colombian former military, they also, guess when they all retired? 2018 to 2020. Most of them retired in the last, between 2 years of 2018 to 2020. Then they murdered, then they killed the president in 2021.
Damn.
So this operation has probably been 3 years in a run. This is not a 1 month, 3 month operation.
They've been planning this. He got
2017.
Yeah.
Since he won.
Yeah. I believe he was against the machine.
I don't know.
I believe they were.
I think he might have made some deals up or something.
He might have made some deals, but for him to have not started getting that vaccine in his country yet, that kind of says a lot.
Yeah. Everybody, we showed y'all, go watch our other podcasts.
And they try to blame it on, he doesn't know what he's doing. He hasn't got, no, maybe he just didn't want it in his country.
Yeah. Like the dude who's Tanzania. I forget how you say it. Tanzania.
All those,
Tanzania.
Those African, it's a lot of African
countries that don't deal with it. And they all popped up dead.
Like 5 or 6.
I'm just saying. We ain't telling lies. You can look it up. Matter of fact, everything we say.
But that's what the media do. When they can't beat you, they start telling lies.
They start telling lies. So please look up everything we say. Look up the stuff we said about South Africa and Israel and the ethnobioweapon. Look it up.
When they don't want your video to go up, the bots start telling lies.
The bots start saying they said this.
Medical information. Lying ass.
So here's another thing. Let me see this. Oh, wrong one. Oh. You see this? Florida security firm faces questions in Haiti assassination. So there's another player in this. A Florida security firm. Now, the guy who runs the firm said that he had he was hired to do security work in Haiti for, I guess, for the president. I'm not sure. And it's like, so now we got this is all the stuff that's laid out.
Why do we have a U.S.
security firm
working in Haiti? They should have said no.
But I will say this. A lot of these people who are involved in this are Haitian American or Haitian. So they probably got dual citizenship. They go back and forth. So it's not uncommon for them to get hired to do work in Haiti.
All skin folk ain't kin folk.
Now, also, we know that Jovenel Moïse's security, I forgot the guy's name, he made a phone call and was doing a lot of traveling to Colombia. This is 4 years in the making. This is clearly a plot for like 4 years. You're not going to find out who's at the top. You'll get a fish here or there, but yeah. But
so this has been 4 years in the making. That proves the point that they did not want him to be president.
Exactly.
Because remember,
he won in 2015.
And they said it was rigged.
Yeah, rigged. He won in 2016, but didn't get inaugurated till 2017.
And that's why he felt like his presidency should have ended at the end of the year. 2022.
2022, yeah. So from 2017, literally in 2018, the Colombian ex-military started dropping out. They started retiring from the military, 2018. So right after he got inaugurated, the next year, somebody paid them to lead the military and begin operation to kill Jovenel Moïse.
Operation pack his ass up.
Now we got a DEA informant. We got a dude who ran a nonprofit that might be the same person. You got a security firm out of Florida. You got Colombian ex-military trained by the United States military. What are we talking about here? How much of this stuff is linking to the United States? This is real sloppy.
It's not sloppy. They don't give a fuck.
Or are they trying to frame?
Baby,
because Haiti is more connected to France. Somebody just came out and they said they want $7 billion in reparations. Was it Haiti?
I think so.
I think it might be Haiti. Look at that right quick. I think it was Haiti that came out and said they want $7 billion in reparations, but that might have been Jamaica. Hold on, let's look at that right quick. I'm not sure. Somebody came out for reparations. Haiti, reparation. We know that Haiti was paying reparations until what, 2016? Yes, Haiti was paying reparations until recently. No, I guess it wasn't them. I guess that was Jamaica asking for $7 billion from England. Jamaica reparation. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was Jamaica.
Okay, Jamaica.
Yeah, that was Jamaica that asked for reparations. My apologies. So it wasn't Haiti. But the point is, you see here, for the owner of a small private security company with a history of avoiding paying debts and declaring bankrupt. Now, hold on. Y'all, listen to this story, how this is adding up. Remember the guy, the first Haitian American dude who was put into this? God damn, the one who owned the nonprofit. Remember, they said, I'm sorry, not him, the pastor, I'm sorry. They said the pastor was in debt.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of debt. This guy's the same way. This owner of this private security company has said that he's a history of avoiding paying debts and declaring bankruptcy. It looked like a good opportunity. Find people with military experience for a job in Haiti. So let me say this.
They were seeking out people who
was
were
in debt. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to get them out. I think they were naive to what was going on. I think they thought, oh my God, they're giving us a lot of money to get us out of debt. Thank you. They just asked no questions, just do it.
You got to ask questions though.
I think he was like, I would have been asking questions like, why do you want me to particularly find? Then he said he was told to hire Colombians. So ask this question. What if this is what happened? What if these military Colombians were already hired, but they needed a money trail? So they gave the money to them to get the money to the Colombians.
Probably so.
So instead of me giving you the money directly, I'm going to give it to somebody else and tell them to go hire some Colombians, and you guys just pop up and say you'll take the job. They were cleaning up the money trail, it seems.
Money laundering.
No, it ain't money laundering. They just clean it up so they don't come back to them. So they don't get caught up with it. Antonio Tony Entrigo, owner of Miami-based CTU Security, seemed to have jumped at the chance, hiring more than 20 former soldiers from Colombia for the mission. Now the Colombians have been killed or captured in the aftermath of July 7th assassination of Haiti President Jovenel Moïse. His business faces questions about his role in the killing. On Wednesday evening, Leon Charles, head of Haiti's National Police, accused Entrigo of traveling to Haiti numerous times as part of an assassination plot and signing a contract while there, but provided no other details and offered no evidence. Did they just make an accusation against the Haiti National Police? They said that he didn't offer no details or no evidence for it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they just kind of condemned the Haiti police.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. So this Haiti thing, come on, man. We know who it was. Somebody wanted their money. And we know that the United States trained them. You know who else the United States trained? Remember that guy, Mohammed bin Salman, the Saudi prince? Remember that guy, Jamal Khashoggi? Remember, I'm pretty sure if y'all kept up with that story, it was on the news. Jamal Khashoggi, the New York Times, I think, journalist. Remember he was chopped up in Turkey? And the hit squad got his ass, where his wife went with him. He went to the embassy. They told him, you need your passport. He went back to get his passport or get something from his hotel. And when he got in there, he went upstairs. His wife waiting in the car. He never came out except in a bag chopped up. Damn. Yeah, guess what? The United States trained those guys too. The United States trained the team, the hit squad that killed Jamal Khashoggi. And Jamal Khashoggi got connections to Trump. It's all over the place. I'm not even getting into that shit. Middle East, that's y'all business. But y'all gotta these politics go outside of America, man. They got long arms. they got some long
Tentacles.
arms. They can catch you.
They got tentacles.
Yeah, them things is long. But that's pretty much the end of Haiti situation. I'm not in general, but just for us at least. We'll see if they release some more. We keep saying it. They keep releasing it. We're gonna talk about it and put it together, because the truth gonna come out. How they said, the truth. How you said it? The truth always come to the light.
Yep. What's done in the dark always come to the light. Dark
always come to the light. All right, I want to show y'all this now. This is. Sorry. Now, this woman right here, she is one of the only people I found that are speaking on the Ed Buck trial. Ed Buck, if you don't know, is
Bucks.
Is the I don't even know what he is. Is he like I know he's a donor, a heavy donor.
He was a model and an actor.
Model and actor.
But now he has his own. He's a businessman. Yeah.
But I know he's a heavy donor to the Democratic Party. Heavy donor. So he, in 2017, I think, a black man died in his apartment, the drug overdose. And it was like, what the fuck? People like, black people was like, what the? Something happened, investigate it. Nothing happened. People like, what the hell? The Democratic Party, y'all say y'all care. A black man just died in his house. Then 2019 came. Another black man overdosed in his house. And it was like, yo, y'all got to do something. Well, he was picked up, investigated. Now he's on trial
for possible his arraignment.
Murders. Now, let me say this part. I do not condone what these men were doing. They were sex workers, as they call it. They were male prostitutes. But that doesn't mean they deserve to die.
No, but sometimes the Most High allow wickedness to be cast out.
Judgment is real. But let's get into, now this woman, she covered day 1 and 2. We're going to go through day 1 and day 2 of the trial. Y'all just got to keep up with me now. Keep up. Moving on. This is the woman here. She's the only person I found that's talking about it. So she went in detail. She did a thread, then after the day, she went back and typed it up. Beautiful work. Mm-hmm. Shout out to her, Jasmine Kenix, I think that's her name. She typed it up and made a beautiful read. Beautiful read. So she said, below is my summarization of proceedings in Democratic donor Ed Buck's federal criminal trial. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to the stuff. Now, these two pieces of shit, these two black men are his lawyers, defense lawyers.
He went and got black lawyers?
We know what this is about. We know the game. We know who else is he gonna go get? You think he's gonna get 2 white people? Of course he wouldn't have got 2 Negroes. I'm gonna say Negroes.
Boule.
Yo, definitely Boule. He paid them you know how much money he probably paid them? Because once it's like what's that? Alan Dershowitz, the Jewish guy. He has no morals. Alan Dershowitz has defended Jeffrey Epstein, pedophilia, has said at the time the age of consent need to be lowered to defend Jeffrey Epstein.
Hold on, it says that he has his jury consists of 8 women, 4 men, 3 female alternates. 1 black woman in a jury. No other blacks were selected. What's 3 female alternates? Is that
I guess they mean women that can replace people that's already in it.
Okay. And there's only 1 black woman on the jury. No other blacks.
So there's 8 women. So there's 8 women, 4 men.
So that's 12 jurors.
Yeah, and three of those 12 can be replaced with women, and 1 black woman out of those 12 is an actual.
So
black.
He has a jury full of.
No, hold on. What? And he smoked. They took a. She chose a good picture of him smoking the cigar. Like, I don't give a fuck about y'all.
Wicked ass nigga, bro.
she was on the ad. They said during the first full day of Ed Buck's trial, the government prosecution gave their opening statement, followed by the defense attorneys representing Ed Buck giving theirs. The defense painted Ed Buck's victims out to be prostitutes and drug addicts trying to take their clients' money. Christopher Darden delivered an opening statement for the defense and opined that all of Ed Buck's victims went to his house willingly and engaged in party and play of their own free will, consenting adults. Party and play, also called chemsex, is a subculture of drug use that occurs while having sex. Party and play has been widely associated with gay men and with men who have sex with other men. Wait, what? Now, how she type it like that? Party and play has been widely associated with gay men and with men who have sex with other men, although it's
Because she's
sexual.
saying
So a man can have sex with another man and not be gay?
no. We know that's a Fruit Loop. What she's saying is she's trying to make it saying, quote unquote, men that are out in the closet doing it, and then the quote unquote, well, I'm just doing it for pay.
Okay. Oh, okay. So they were
Gay for pay.
Oh, gay for pay. Okay, yeah.
She
Okay.
should have just worded it like that. It would have been
But
much easier.
okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Darden said his client was a gay man. That's why men were coming and going from his home, and that's why he frequented gay dating sites like Adam for Adam. They named the site Adam for Wicked. Victim number 1, black male, 30 years old, testified that another young black man referred him to Ed Buck, and that Buck paid him to party and play. He testified that Buck offered him primarily crystal meth and GHB and frequently pressured him to slam meth rather than smoke it.
That is a gay drug.
Meth, yeah.
My ex-girlfriend told me that was a gay drug.
Yeah. That's who use it mainly. Oh, I won't say that's who use it mainly. I would say people who
they like the crystal meth.
Yeah, the people who's a part of that community typically use crystal meth.
Because it makes you hyperly sexual.
What's the Florida governor name who got caught up?
Andrew Gilliam.
He was caught with crystal meth.
Because it makes you hyperly sexual.
Yep. GHB, a gamma hydro acid, is an illegal drug that is often manufactured in illicit laboratories and passed around at clubs, raves, often referred to as a liquid ecstasy. Georgia Homeboy, G, Easy Lay, Grievous Bodily Harm, and Goop. GHB is generally distributed as a clear and colorless liquid or a white powder that is dissolved in liquid. GHB is known for lower inhibition. I did read that they said it helps narcolepsy. For people who fall asleep, it's supposed to help you with that. So wait, so you would take the meth, become drowsy, and the GHB would stop you from going to sleep?
No, meth doesn't make you drowsy. Meth makes you very active.
Oh, I'm thinking about the epidemic.
You're thinking about heroin.
Yeah, I'm thinking about heroin.
Yeah, meth makes you makes you very
energetic,
sexually active. Like you're able to climb. You're not able to climax. It's hours and hours.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they take that drug.
It's like Henny.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna do though. When you on that Hennessy.
That's what they want. They want to be hours and hours. Wicked fucking Negroes.
Slamming is term used to describe the action of injecting meth, typically in relation to gay and bisexual men. Buck would refuse to pay victim number 1 if he did not perform to Buck's expectations. Although victim number 1 regularly declined slamming meth, Buck once injected him with meth while he was unconscious and without his consent. Is it possible those 2 black men that died, he injected them without them not wanting it?
I think that's what it is.
Possibly. So he said he gave him that. And look at this. Buck saw victim number 1 was about to drink a Four Loko and touched him. Don't do that. I don't need another dead nigger on my couch. Now let me say this. This is why I say I don't agree with what their lifestyle. They're just gonna die. But look at this. How could you be around somebody who's saying stuff like this?
It makes you hard to want to talk about and defend somebody that would allow somebody to say
now
this.
We know in interracial relationships, one of the most hidden things no one wants to talk about is race play.
That's what they do that for. The black woman likes to play the slave, and the black man like to be the dominant. The master is coming. I'm gonna get you type shit.
It's sick.
Fetishes.
It's fetishes. So it's clear what this was about. This was race play. So this old nasty white dude will get these dudes, and I'm gonna go further. I'm gonna show you that that's a fact.
They want to be the Mandingo.
Yeah, he want his Mandingo. Four Lingo is a blended. We don't know what Four Loco. I know what that is. Victim number 1 said that on September 2nd, 2018, he was unconscious and woke up to Ed Buck sitting on his legs, injecting him with crystal meth. He said that Buck told him not to move because he had a needle in his arm. So that tells me, more than likely, he might have injected those 2 dudes that died. In his house.
Absolutely did.
I won't say absolutely. Allegedly.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, y'all.
So he said he felt violated and stuff. Liam Sachs, Ed Buck's neighbor. Next on the stand was Ed Buck's neighbor, Liam Sachs, white male. Liam testified that Buck told him that he was a social worker and that the black man he saw coming to his apartment were his clients. As a cigarette smoker, Liam said he spent a lot of time outside and saw a lot of mostly black men coming and going from Ed Buck's apartment. Liam said that after Jovenel Moïse's death in 2017, the traffic flow of men coming and going to Ed Buck slowed a little, but then picked back up. He said the same happened with Timothy Dean's death.
You know, white men have a fetish for black men.
No,
they go
no.
to Africa and do that too.
No, people have a fetish for black people. I keep forgetting the name. There is a fetish for black women's butts. I forgot that. Listen, there's a name for it. When a person worships black women's behinds. I forgot the name of it. If you look up a TV show, what's the name of that killer? What's the dude who was around sending bombs to people's houses?
Oh, that was like
The
couple months
Unabomber.
ago. Yeah, the Unabomber.
You look up that TV show, the Unabomber, or look him up his documentary. He liked black women's butts. He didn't date black women, but he had an obsession with the behinds of black women, and that's not a new thing. Go back to the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It was understood.
They had that. Well, I forget her name. Sarah. She was in the
Sarah,
UK museum
Sarah
for having
Barhart.
for having a big.
She had
ass.
a big butt. Even though I'm pretty sure she was South African. Because that's how South African women shape. But anyway, they have a worship for black women's behinds. That's real. The same way they have a worship for black men's phallus. That's why you'll see situations back in the time when they was doing lynchings. They would
cut it off.
They would cut off their penises. They would constantly make references to their penises.
Make leather.
It was crazy. Like, yeah. So black people's bodies in general are super sexualized and fetishized. And it's not to a point of sexual, it's really to the point of what's the word? Like, they want to look up a thing called the delectable Negro. It's to a point of cannibalism. It's super sexually deviant. That's why you hear about that guy, Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, the most people he killed were black men. He was gay as well.
Yeah.
And he used to eat them. He used to kill them, do all kind of stuff to them, chop them up and eat them. So that shit can go real. That's why I look at these people that like this idea of being fetishized by particularly white people. And it's like,
That's why I was like, it's not a good thing to be satisfied, to be fetish, to have a fetish over sexuality, over your body
no,
in your private area.
it can go it can go real bad.
You want to be known for your intellectual, how smart you are, what your talents are, not to be lusted after.
Well, some people go with that, but yeah, look up Jeffrey Dahmer and all them. That delectable Negro thing is real. It's not just sexual attraction. It's like, it's primordial. It's like
deviant.
Yeah, it's just like they want to eat you. They want to ingest you. It's crazy. But anyway, he said Buck got off sexually by smoking meth from a pipe and blowing it into a tube, of which the other end was the underwear of a victim number 2. Buck liked to watch the smoke come out the victim's number 2's underwear.
What?
Yeah. It's crazy. He said Buck showed him pictures of young black men on his computer who were wearing white underwear. Victim number 2 also identified the red toolbox that he said was full of drugs. He said Buck told him he'd pay for referrals of other young black men like him. Victim number 2 recommended his friends victim number 1 because he knew he was homeless and needed to make some money. So wait, you see all this wicked shit he doing and you refer somebody else to him because of money.
Yep.
Come on, man.
That's terrible.
Come on, man. Victim number 3 was one of the younger men I originally interviewed who reached out to me after I started writing about Ed Buck. Victim number 3 confirmed as well that Ed Buck regularly injected himself with meth. Buck tried to get him to slam and even offer him more money to do it, which is consistent with the previous witness testimonies. Victim number 3 said that as part of his fetish, Buck liked to put socks on victim 3's genitals and have him wear white underwear so that they could look at the bulge. Yeah, it get kind of crazy. Latasha Nixon. Testimony concluded on Wednesday with Jovenel Moore's mother, Latasha Nixon. I did not believe that there was a dry eye in the observation courtroom during her testimony. Ludlow Query, whom I affectionately refer to as Christopher Darden's flunky, cross-examined Ms. Nixon. It was all I could do to not cuss him out when I saw him leaving the courthouse afterwards. He acted a complete ass. The question he asked Ms. Nixon was whether or not she was a plaintiff in a wrongful death, a lawsuit against Ed Buck. The defense's cross-examination tried to paint Ms. Nixon out to be a homophobic mother who thought her son had AIDS. They tried to get the jury to believe that Ms. Nixon didn't really care about her son and basically kicked him out at 17 years old and had no idea what her son was doing. He reduced Ms. Nixon to tears, and it was all we could do is console her when she got off the stand. There's a special place in hell waiting for Ludlow Query, and I think the jury saw his cross-examination for exactly what what it was, grasping at straws on the attack on the grieving mother. I just want to say that I am incredibly proud of the men who testified about their experience with Eric Buck. They were clearly uncomfortable, nervous, and out of their element. So, all right, so she said all that stuff. So that's just day one.
Damn.
This might be a longer episode. We might hit 2 hours this time. So anybody who like these longer, you might get one today. You got the right one. All right.
Damn, day 2?
This is day 2. All right, so we'll start with the neighbor. Ed Buck's next door neighbor, Joshua Tedler, was the first witness to testify on the second day of testimony of the Ed Buck trial. Joshua testified that he lived in 123 North Laurel Avenue. We know that. That was shared with the living room. Mr. Tedler testified that given the location of his apartment with the shade up, he could see anyone coming and going down the stairs. He said Ed Buck has company round the clock, but primarily between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. So those witching hours. Joshua describes the man he saw as being young African-American man and transient street types.
Thugs?
No, transient.
What does that mean?
Not long, like quickly. It's like, it means it's not going to last long.
Oh, okay.
Transient. That's what I saw. Transient street types. Like, they're just, in and out, whatever. So he knew they were basically prostitutes.
Rolling Stones?
Yeah. He testified that the man would leave Ed Buck's apartment in what he described as a drunken stupor and that they looked like they were under the influence. Joshua said that the volume of visitors subsided after each of the overdose deaths in 2017 and 2019, but quickly rose again as time passed. Between the deaths, he saw a man who appeared to be under the influence circling the perimeter of the apartment complex, screaming at Buck's apartment and demanding $30. Come on.
Well, damn, if he had, we have to ask the question. How many black men are out here selling ass?
Let me see. Listen, I think.
What the fuck is going on?
I think it's a small community, but I think, look, when you look up the stuff they say about gay men, didn't they? I'm pretty sure I read somewhere before, or it might have been a video, but somebody said the average gay man has been with like 1,000 people. He has 1,000 sex partners. You gotta understand, you got a male sex drive compete with other male sex drives. Like, they numbers get crazy. So I'm not surprised that when a gay man finds out that a wealthy man is buying prostitutes, the entire state gonna come to him. Because it's not many. It's like you hear about the stories at the gas station when you cross the country.
Oh, Joshua's black?
Is he?
Yeah.
Where it say Joshua said that he was the one person on the bike and a backpack just casually sitting in the stairs and that he was pretty sure he wasn't a resident. He said that the man seemed to be drunk and stupor and under the influence of something. One of the more interesting things that Joshua shared was that after the death of Gamel Moore in 2017, Ed Buck began doing a lot of construction on his apartment. He changed his windows to windows that were more soundproof. Joshua also surmised that Ed Buck soundproofed the wall they shared in common. So he was his neighbor, right next to him. Joshua, who was black, said that the day the task force came to make the arrest of Ed Buck was a traumatizing experience. On Joshua's cross-examinations, which was done by Christopher Darden, he asked if the young black men he saw were ill or suffered from some psychiatric condition, and that's why they looked like they were in a stupor. Darden also asked Joshua, who was black, that what made him think the men he saw going to Ed Buck's partner were African-American.
What is he saying? They're immigrants?
No, I guess you're trying to say it was nighttime. How could you tell?
You could tell.
That's what he's saying. He's a lawyer. It's nasty, but he got to say this stuff. Joshua was also asked by Darden whether or not the people he saw in stupor could not have been under the influence, but just had AIDS.
So you come out of the house stumbling because you got AIDS? You didn't take your medicine?
Well, don't they say it cause a low white cell count, which weakens you? So he's trying to. That's some dirty shit. That's some dirty shit. God damn.
Hey, this how he got OJ off.
Yeah, he didn't get him off. That racist who planted evidence got him off like an idiot. Finally, Joshua testified that he heard a man who seemed to be under the influence on the phone talking to his mother. When he tried to go back into Buck's apartment, he couldn't let him in. This person, he said, just kept walking around the perimeter of the building until the manager asked him to leave. That's the apartment building manager. Man, oh man. Now, this is what they said they found. Jurors are showing pictures of Ed Buck's apartment on the day of the execution of the search warrant. Jurors saw photos of multiple bins of men's underwear, a mattress on the floor in front of the couch, a red tool chest, lots of mirror arranged in the living room, sex toys, tubbing with meth residue, glass pipes for smoking meth, butane lighters, hyperbolic. Wait, how you say that? Hypodric. Needles, penis pumps, modified bottles that could be used for smoking meth.
Okay, keep
Now we
going.
know that inside of the red tool chest, they said there were drugs in that too. That's what the drugs were too.
This is some just
Detective
disgusting
Martindale
lewd shit.
was asked if he found a dog while searching Ed Buck's apartment. He did not. There were photos of a bottle labeled fog juice with the words IMGL YCOL on it. Ethnoglycol is a colorless, odorous, sweet-tasting chemical. It's poisonous if swallowed. They explaining what that stuff is. The fog juice basically was something to make you sleepy. He kept giving all the drugs he had with drugs to make you go sleepy, make you pass out and stuff. All the drugs he had. The bottled label fog juice is consistent with the accounts of Buck's various victims who had
So it's
said,
almost like he didn't want him. He didn't want him conscious.
no, he wanted them. It's almost like he wanted them.
It's
drowsy.
almost like a quaalude.
Yeah, but it seemed like he wanted.
Necrophilia.
It seemed like he wanted them to be semi-conscious, not completely passed
So
out.
that he can do whatever he wanted to
But
do,
they're still
and
conscious.
them not able to,
Stop it.
refuse.
Yeah. Buck had Black & Decker jigsaw in the closet, which was consistent with the neighbor's account of him doing work on his apartment. I mean, what do you see his mask? Before who was testified like jurors saw photos of they saw a photo of an American flag that was identical to the young man. They saw Buck had a PR-24 side handle baton, a baton with a short side handle at the right angle to be a shaft, about 6 inches from one end. A particular note, an audible gasp were photos from a box of masks found in his apartment. Several of the masks were black faces that were skeletons with big bulging eyes. Now,
Who he had put that on?
I think he had the man put it on. Personally, I might be wrong.
What the fuck?
I think he had them put it on. Once again, death, delectable Negro. Remember, there was a picture a few years ago. Maybe it was a video. It was a video. I think it was out of France or Germany, where a woman had a party, and the cake was a black person,
And they ate it up.
and they ate it. It was like,
It was a black man, I believe.
no, you talking about the black man who was doing that for art, to try and paint that picture of cannibalism on black people, and people would get mad with him. But that also, there was another case of a white lady who had a birthday party with a penis,
And they ate it.
and they ate his penis, and that we know that's amongst particularly white people, white women, not even just white women, white men. They think it's funny to eat cakes of black men's penis. So yeah,
It's not good to be lusted after.
it can lead to your death. Buck had a modified military style gas mask, in correlation to the mask. On cross-examination, Christopher Darden asked Detective Martindale whether or not he was aware of West Hollywood Halloween parade.
So
Ed Buck had a lot of needles. There were boxes of needles, used and unused, in his car on the day of his arrest. So he was completely gone. He had completely given in to his
lust.
He walking around, he driving around with needles. Like, God damn.
He hope he see one.
Or was he a drug addict? Because he was using it too.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of them use it.
So I'm saying, like, did he have the needles around him so much because he used it, or was he just always have one ready in case he find him
a buck
gay prostitute? Yeah.
Yeah, and he kept it for himself too. A lot of them who are into that, they have to be on drugs to keep from dealing with that mentalness.
That what they call
what
it.
They be doing.
Yeah, they
Them
get
demons be on their ass.
They get that dopamine spike, and when they come down, they feel like crap. This is the paramedic testified that it was a patient. He was the patient care paramedic who responded to the scene of the Jovenel Moore and Timothy Dean overdose. He went to both. During the Jovenel Moore incident, he said he saw a glass pipe on the kitchen table, and during the Timothy Dean incident, he saw towels covered in blood and vomit, indicating that he had been in an effort to clean up the scene before paramedics arrived. He said in his career, he had never been on the scene where he was in overdose death and someone had already tried to clean up the bodily fluids. He thought that was strange. Deputy had some comments. This for his body. That's pretty much that. Coroners, they all gave their point of view on. I'll make sure to link the articles in the comments or in the description so y'all can read up on it. Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to that sister.
This is just two.
That's just 2
days.
That's just 2 days. So.
Damn. Follow this sister.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna keep up with her.
Cause she doing good work.
Definitely doing good work. Time to move on to another topic. I guess we stretched that out enough. I think we're gonna move on to something in the media. We'll get to Richard Sherman. I'll start by showing the video of Richard Sherman. What happened? Hold on. Before.
Come through.
He's clearly intoxicated.
Come through. Come through. Come through. I can about what you're saying. Move the door. That's cute from behind the door. Come through. That's real cute. Come through, Ray. Come through. Come through.
What I want to know is, why do they always make sure they leak this stuff?
They intentionally leak it.
There's no need for this to be leaked. But anyway, this story was a story a couple of days ago when Richard Sherman had a situation with his wife and I guess his father-in-law, her father. Where
It only leaked with black athletes.
Yeah, it only leaks then. White athletes can beat their wife 19 times and nothing happened. But anyway, so apparently they had a little run-in. Clearly something was said. So he came over there to see what that smoke was about. And
the doors remain locked.
That door was strong as hell. He didn't get that door down. I don't know how that door didn't go. Former NFL player couldn't get that door down. Whoever made that door, that's a nice little commercial for you.
Thank you for saving that man's life.
Now the father-in-law said that if he would have got in, he was gonna shoot him. And I said, why would you say that for the world to hear? We understand that if you felt like your daughter was in danger,
he would have to do what he have to do.
But you shouldn't say it out loud because now that's in the air now. Now Richard Sherman is like, yeah, I know I was drunk and all that stuff, but damn, you said you were gonna kill me.
Well, what would Richard Sherman say if that was his daughter, and his daughter came to his house?
It's an understanding that this could happen, but for you to say it out loud in a response to let the world hear it, it's like I don't think you can never be close.
Unless you view it from a standpoint of he's protecting his daughter.
I don't think his daughter was in danger.
Was it the father in danger? I think
he was in danger.
Oh.
Now I didn't follow the story closely.
He's an older guy. If he broke into his house, he has to defend himself.
What'd he say? He was drunk, but what'd he say? He said, "Come through." So clearly something was said. He said, "I don't care what you said." He said, "It sounded good behind the door." So something was said, and he came to see what it was about.
Well, Richard Sherman has already admitted he wasn't in a great headspace, so this man could have just said something that
tipped him off.
That just ticked him off. It wasn't even that serious. His daughter may have came over there because of something that happened, and that probably already, made the father.
Well, this is his response on Twitter. He said, "I am deeply remorseful for my actions on Tuesday night. I behave in a manner I am not proud of. I have been dealing with some personal challenges over the last several months, but that is not an excuse for how I acted. The importance of mental and emotional health is extremely real, and I vow to get the help I need. I appreciate all of the people who have reached out in support of me and my family, including our community here in Seattle. I'm grateful to have such an amazing wife, family, and support system to lean on during this time.
Why the hell he come back to Seattle?
I don't know. But in the phone call, his wife made sure when she was talking to the dispatcher, she was like, "Don't shoot him," because he was.
Which I'm glad that she preferenced that.
We're gonna get into that. That don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing. But I'm glad she preferenced it.
Let me get it off.
Yeah, let you get it off.
So so basically, he was threatening that if the cops come and try to arrest him, he gonna fight and die by suicide of the cop. He was like, they're gonna have to shoot me, basically. I don't know if he wanted to die. He just said, if they come here trying to arrest me, they're gonna have to shoot me. I'm gonna fight them. So I don't know if he was suicidal, more so that he was just ready to, he was just so pissed, and he was drunk, emotional, and all that stuff. And they called the cops. And I'm like, okay. We just had the last year of anti-police, don't call the police killing people, so without trying to diffuse situations. You see this as a hostile situation, and you call the police. You didn't call a brother, another uncle. You didn't call one of his family members. Like nobody. Now, maybe they don't live near. I get it. His family is from Compton, I believe, or something like this. California, somewhere in Cali. So maybe he has no family members where they are.
I don't think they do.
Okay. I'm just saying, you call the cops.
So what were they supposed to do?
Knowing that he's a threat to get killed by the cops.
I'm not saying she should have called the cops, but I'm asking you, what should they have done in that situation?
It's a tough
because
one.
He's out there making a lot of noise, and the neighbors could have called. So maybe it's best if the wife called to describe what's going on and say, do not kill
They called anyway.
My husband. When you get here, he's in mental distress. Please, I'm preferencing this. When you come here, try to calm him down.
They'll call the cops.
So it's better for somebody else to call the cops and say, there's a black man out here bamming on the door who's being aggressive. And they just come out there just pow from the beginning.
I didn't say somebody else. I just said.
I'm just asking you, what should they have done in that situation?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
So just let it continue.
I'm just saying, you call the cops. This is his court date. We're not even gonna bother showing that. He's pleaded not guilty. Richard Sherman appeared in court today and pleaded not guilty to 5 charges, which include 2 domestic violence charges, I guess, against the father-in-law and his wife.
He never touched them.
But they consider that domestic violence as threat. Resisting arrest, DUI, and reckless endangerment of roadway workers.
Maybe
there was construction going on. Damn, they were hitting with that.
It's construction going on all the time in this state.
While leaving the courtroom, the free agent cornerback was met by a swarm of media with his wife by his side. Sherman told reporters that he is appreciative of the support he received from those who are concerned about his well-being. He also took the time to answer a few questions from the media for a total pro sport. Sherman, who was video banging the door and exchanging words Tuesday night. Look, I'm just saying, now you call the cops. It could have went left.
Somebody else could have called the cops. They could have went further left.
Okay, maybe he was just drunk and distraught. You had no choice. You just
in that situation.
You did all you could. You told him the story.
I believe they did all they could do before she.
How much of a threat was he to? Was he gonna beat him?
The rage that he had trying to get that door, that wasn't like.
No, I don't think that was that much rage. I think that was just he's a former NFL player. There's a certain level of strength he got automatically.
I agree.
So I don't think.
You think if he would have got that door down?
I don't think he killed him or nothing. No.
No, he wasn't gonna kill him, but I think he was gonna put hands on him. Hands was gonna be laid.
Furniture gonna be moved.
Funeral arrangements might have been arranged.
Now, I don't think he would have killed nobody. Y'all going too far with that. That's what I'm saying. Just
nigga, I'm just rhyming. I'm flowing right now.
He's not. I don't know if he was in danger of killing somebody.
He was in danger of whooping her dad's ass. That's the danger.
I think he was more in danger of getting shot by his father-in-law than killing his father-in-law.
Both. I think he was in danger of getting rounds put in his ass, and I think the father was in danger of getting hands put on his ass. So in that situation, that because they might don't have any other family members around to call the cops and keep telling them, do not shoot my husband when you get here. It's Richard Sherman. He's an NFL player. Specify you. But I agree. I wish we could police ourselves. We don't know if that was a black neighborhood or if it was a diverse neighborhood. So I think in that situation, she did what she could do. Now, if there's family members around, I'll go with your route. She could have reached out to family members and tried to have somebody come over and calm them down. But if not,
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just saying I know a lot of people that call the cops quick.
We know a lot of people that have called the cops on their husband and funeral arrangements was arranged afterwards.
That's what I'm saying. We know people that got killed because they on child support. We know people got killed because their mama called the cops on them because they stole a damn lawnmower instead of doing community policing. But anyway, obviously the Richard Sherman situation.
But it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. What didn't happen?
He didn't get shot.
He didn't. But hopefully Richard Sherman, his family is able to, pass things up. He get what he needs, get himself right. His wife's still with it, right there with him. So hopefully they stick it out. I don't know about I don't know about Pops. Pops, it's gonna be a little.
I have to be honest. If my wife's dad threatened to kill me, and I'm not in a good headspace, and I'm going through some stuff, and I'm acting weird and out of my, I don't think I can hold it against. I would be looking like, damn, you really would kill me? We got a good report going on.
That's gone.
But he looking like, nigga, you not my son. You not my real son. You're my son-in-law.
And that's what I'm talking about. If I was to threaten your daughter and you was willing to do it, but you didn't say it out loud, it would just be that understanding. You would give me that look like.
But him saying out.
Wait, if I threaten your daughter or she ran to you saying I'm trying to hurt her, and I come there and I'm banging on the door, and you give me that look like, don't do that, son. And then you get talk. You ask about the situation. You go, I'm glad things got better.
What's the difference between the look and saying
let me finish. And you never said it out loud. They're not gonna always say it was there, but you didn't want to do it. But when you go in front of, or you get asked about it, I don't know if this is in front of a reporter or if he just gave this interview out, and you're like, I was gonna kill him. It's like that means you're mad. That means you're not. It wasn't just about me possibly hurting your daughter. It was, you got beef with me
over the daughter.
No. That's different. Once again, if it's your daughter and you got love for me and your son-in-law, you give me that look.
Man, let's move on to the next segment.
Right.
ESPN Stephen A. Smith apologizes for criticizing.
Otani's Shohei Otani. I don't know his name. I don't look at none of this stuff. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Use of an interpreter.
So, in this instance, I do not believe Stephen A. Smith is xenophobic.
No. So basically, they came down on him, even though he also had a little run-in with the Nigerians.
They just glad to get attention. I'm saying it. You're glad to get you just glad to get attention. Jesus.
He had a run-in with the Nigerians. Then he got on TV, and the Shohei Otani guy, he's dominating baseball right now. He's a pitcher and he's a hitter. I think he's tops in his pitching game and in the hitting. He's good. I don't really watch baseball, but I know he's good. I know like 2 years ago he came in, but he tore a muscle in his shoulder. He hurt his shoulder, so he had to sit out for a while, I guess. I don't know. But he's really good. But he don't speak good English. He needs an interpreter. So Stephen A. Smith said, we're going to go to the article and get exactly what he said. He said, I understand that baseball is an international sport itself in terms of participation, but when you talk about an audience gravitating to the tube or to the ballpark to actually watch you, I don't think it helps that the number one face is a dude who needs an interpreter. You can't understand what the hell he's saying in this country. I don't understand what's so uproar about that. We said the same thing about Lomachenko, the boxer. That he would never be that big because he don't speak English that well. He can speak it, but he's not good at it. We said the same thing about Canelo Alvarez.
Hell,
he's a big star, but he mainly speaks Spanish. He can speak some English, but he speaks Spanish, and it's like he's always gonna have a certain level in the American audience. It's like he don't speak English.
Niggas say the same thing about Devontae Tank Davis. Floyd Mayweather being an interpreter for him because he speak hood and bonnets.
You're right.
It's the same thing.
You're right.
Niggas say the same thing about Devontae Tank Davis. What are you talking about?
They said the same thing about Giannis Antetokounmpo.
They call that boy radio.
They call Javante radio, yeah. But we can say that.
We damn right
y'all
we can say that. It's an
niggas
inside joke
we can
for
joke
niggas.
about that. Y'all can't.
We can't. Radio
kill that boy. But yeah, they said the same thing about Giannis Antetokounmpo because he's from Greece, but he's Nigerian. He's African. And he doesn't have a fluent, well, he speaks good English, but he doesn't have, a very, very good American accent. Or should I say he just has an accent. So automatically there's a certain level of popularity he's just never gonna get because of his accent. Same thing with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has this gigantic personality, but he has an accent.
Yeah.
Now he could be popular, he could be a big name, he could be a superstar, but there's just that certain level he can never be the number one. Giannis, no matter how, if he win a championship this year, he can't be the number one. That's how it goes in American sports and in sports media and media in general in America. People with accents can never be the top dog.
We know why. Because of what Kwame has done to Stephen A. Smith, now what he says is being, I think, monitored more.
Well, it's not really monitored by the black people. It's been monitored by everybody else. Like, they jumped on this because it's an Asian guy. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and anti-Asian hate.
They say this is hate. How is this hate saying that the number one guy in baseball shouldn't need an interpreter because it affects the audience?
But y'all never said nothing for years about him picking on Kwame. You never said anything for years about that.
I don't know. Even Giannis Antetokounmpo literally was asked the question about being the number one in the NBA. He said, I can't because I'm African. He knows because he has an accent. He's not American. It's not about it's just that exists.
He understands.
It's not xenophobia. It's the reality. The same way if you are an American, you go to China and you get into the TV shows and stuff. We seen that stuff. We watched some of those videos in China, the talent shows they do over there and all that stuff. You can be an American that speaks great what's the language? Mandarin, but you're still American. You'll never be
at the top.
It's just that exists.
Yeah, I don't think Stephen A. Smith was being xenophobic.
So
we've had some choice of words for Stephen A. Smith.
Huh?
We've had some choice of words for him, but right is right and wrong is wrong.
I don't think he's once again. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Canelo Alvarez, Lomachenko, they've all been criticized for not being the best or not willing to speak English as often, particularly Canelo. He speaks English, but he stays with his language, Spanish. That affects your presence in America.
Which means he doesn't want to be, what's the word? Integrated.
Yeah.
Into America.
He's like, I'm Mexican.
He wants to be known for Mexican, not
I
for
want
Mexican American.
For being the Mexican boxer.
He don't want to be known for Mexican American. He want to be known for Mexican.
So I respect it. So I don't understand what he said is wrong. But, they always find some way to be mad. And you're not allowed to say nothing about Asians right now. So, but let's get into the Asians.
Y'all motherfuckers kill me.
Watch this shit right here. This is a new thing that's popping up right now. Illinois became the first to mandate Asian American history be taught in public schools.
But critical race theory cannot be taught in schools because that makes white people look bad.
I can't comment on that because I haven't read what critical race theory is completely. I can't.
I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it.
I can't.
No, I'm just gonna say that part. I ain't gonna go into detail or depth into that. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I can't agree or disagree with critical race theory. I haven't read up on it. So yeah.
To require public schools teach Asian American history. The governor signed the Teaching Equitable Asian American History, or TEACH, Act into law this morning. The bill mandates public elementary and high schools add Asian American history to the curriculum. It will also teach students the hardships of Asian immigrants in the 18th century.
Students will learn about the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, which banned Chinese immigrants from coming to this nation at all. That was around the same time that my own great-grandfather, a Ukrainian Jewish refugee, was allowed in.
Students will start learning Asian American history in January.
So that's the only history that they try to come over here and they were banned? Y'all know what? I be going into comment sections and Black Americans are just hated. Like the whole thing with you go back to the Stephen A. Smith thing, saying how if it was only Black Americans, only Black people can get away with stuff. No, because most of the time when Black people say stuff, they try to put it into context where it makes sense to say stuff.
Yeah.
But we just get tore up.
And now they're gonna teach you about Asian American history, and it's like
more erasure.
It's like they really. Congratulations to Asian Americans. You have officially made yourself a minority. I know you say, well, they've been a minority.
No, they haven't.
They were not considered a minority.
They were literally aligned with white people.
They are officially a minority now because of what happened with the bullshit of getting hit on in the streets and stuff. They are officially
Even though
a minority.
We found out that black people
weren't even the ones that doing it. We saw the numbers. Go back and look at the other video.
Black people were more targeted than Asian people were.
Yeah, but
still,
you know how they go. They gave you a holiday, but they still ain't gave you. What was that we were talking about? Oh, a bill. Still ain't gave you a bill. Yet
been here for over
200 years,
more than 200 years. Been here for more than 400 years. Been here for more than 600 years. Really?
Well, yeah, we're gonna get into that. Yeah, the real history. But yeah, it is what it is. Times are changing. And people better find out what they're
communist. The Communist Party is really taking over America. That's what I believe. They keep putting more and more, and then they said Chinese.
Yeah,
they said Asian, but they specified
the Chinese Act against Chinese people. I read it, or I read. Go back and look at the video. I don't even know which one it was. I might link it. There's a video.
Manifesto.
I read the thing by the lieutenant over there in China where he said they need to take over America because they're running out of space. He said that Native Americans were Asians and that they were being treated poorly and they need to come help them and liberate them. That was Chinese military that was saying that. But it is what it is. Last thing we're going to talk about, Shaun King possibly deleted or deactivated his Twitter. What does that mean?
Either something about to happen, something about to come out about him, and he don't want to deal with the backlash.
Well, look, he done got exposed like 6 times. People exposed that when he was a kid, he was white.
You got black people still out here claiming that he's.
You hear what I just said? When he was a kid, he was white. I mean, he's still white. Remember that girl?
Rachel Dolezal.
She. Sad case, man. But Shaun King, he allegedly deactivated his Twitter. He had a lot of smoke on him. People accused him of scamming. He allegedly was terrible to work with. He was so destructive to people. He would talk shit to them and beat them down, vocally at least. Like I said, he got accused of scamming and all that stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if some real shit about to come out on him. So he got out early.
He just hurried up and.
Now, if he's still on Instagram and stuff, then ain't got nothing to do with that. If he's still on Instagram, so I don't know. As you can see, people's reaction to him leaving Twitter. Shaun King deleted. Someone must have gotten their hands on his 23andMe results. Something has to be going down for Shaun King to deactivate his account. We'll know soon enough what that something is. I will say this. A lot of the women don't like him because he has a lot of clout. And he's a man. Let's be honest. I know, let's be honest. I don't fuck with him either. But a lot of these activists, celebrity activists, fake activists, they don't like Shaun King because he got a lot of clout and connections and he's a man. So they want to replace him so they can have those connections. So that's a part of this too. Finally, something good happened on Twitter. Shaun King deleted his account. Getting fraud, propagandist Shaun King has grifting fraud propagandist Shaun King has to deactivate his account on Twitter. I'll drink to that. Y'all do not let Shaun King fool you. He is going to come back bigger, badder, and whiter than ever. And that's the new grip to boot. So, yeah, I'm wondering what it's about. Him deleting his Twitter?
Yeah. Oh, we supposed to talk about Black News Network. And then them always having black women on their platform.
Oh, yeah, Black News Channel.
We gonna get on your ass again.
How many times we don't got on Black News Channel?
They don't give a fuck because they still keep uploading videos. Listen, it's not to say that this is not a gender thing. It's a thing where y'all keep popping up for some reason, mainly black women. It's supposed to be a black news channel. It's not just a black woman news channel.
But is it?
Well, they've turned it into a black news channel. The only time to talk about black men is if they getting shot in Chicago or being released out of jail for a crime they didn't commit, or when Mark Lamont Hill is upset that Bill Cosby is being released from prison. That type of stuff.
And yeah, pretty much that's how it goes. But I guess we're gonna talk about the part. Where is it? They were talking about
voting rights.
Yeah, Kamala Harris and her having a meeting with black women
for voting rights.
About voting rights. Here's the video here.
There should have been a meeting with the black community about these quote unquote voting rights, which really don't even exist.
They don't. But
it's fake.
Hold on, let me. Minimum wage, black women leaders march on U.S. Capitol, and we're gonna talk about this from a different level too. I gotta tell the black women that are getting involved in this and these politics and becoming the face.
That's what I said I was gonna say for later.
They sending y'all down the creek. It's gonna bite you. You know.
Here. Hold on.
I love sisters, but they sending y'all down the creek right now. Go ahead.
When this go down, black people are gonna be blamed for the destruction of this country. That's why they making you the face of the unvaccinated.
Step outside
people.
of that box, the allopathic box, and so now I function as an integrative medicine physician, working with all age groups. But really, just as Dr. Gamble was saying, I feel like there's a passion on my heart. I actually got teary-eyed listening to you.
My fault. That was random.
Very random.
She's starting to fuck up now. Wonder why. Go ahead, what you saying?
When the shit go down, they're gonna blame black people. It's gonna start. Black women gonna get it first because they making them the face of the politics.
And not just black women, it's women in general.
Women in general.
They setting all of you up.
Mainly black women. They setting black women up.
Yeah. So this right here was a black women leaders march on U.S. Senate over voting rights. So these were black women who went there and they marched. God damn, it hurts my heart how much in particular they've been able to convince black women to be the super sheep for them.
Democratic Party.
They have become the super, and it's the old black women and the young. It's not even a discrimination of age. It's just
they've grafted in their grandkids. It's been taught down generation to generation.
Let me just show y'all this craziness.
The black women march on Capitol Hill again. They're protesting restrictive voting rights laws. Our Ariana Moïse had covered this for us at the top of the hour. These women were marching, going inside the Capitol, trying to work their way to the Senate chambers.
Wait, ain't this an insurrection?
Yeah.
It's in the Capitol. Ain't this an insurrection?
How many? Like 10 people?
And?
No, I'm just saying.
They're
trying to make it like it's this big story. It's like 10 people.
But you can see here some of the women being arrested and ushered away from the building.
Shannon Sharp
said the only time you see him with a black woman in his arms, if he what?
If he holding them for the cops.
Wicked Negro. Wicked fucking Negro.
Once again, this is happening live right now as you see it. Women being arrested here for marching.
And this is obviously their propaganda. Let me say this. I have not read the alleged voting rights bill, the Republican one.
You
but
don't
bruh,
need to read it.
If you can't get an ID, come on, man. Like, come on. I know there's probably some stuff in there. But they said they're more angry about who they're trying to pick to count the votes and stuff. But come on, man. It's not that hard. If voting mattered, you wouldn't do it in the beginning. If voting truly could save you, they wouldn't let you do it. This is all this propaganda. And what they did this for is so they can gain more attention on this voting rights thing, because I don't think too many people give a damn about it. I don't think people give a damn about it.
They don't give a damn about it.
So they're doing this to get attention on the voting rights thing, because most people are like, we voted for Biden and ain't shit happened. So if voting worked, they wouldn't let you do it. So the fact that they're trying to pull this bullshit that voting rights are being restricted, no. This is just more propaganda, make you think that left and right against each other, liberal, conservative, Republican, Democratic. It's the same thing. They just play both sides. They switch and flip-flop what topics they want to exchange with each other. None of it matters.
On the Capitol to protest these restrictive voting rights laws. Once again, black women at the forefront of this battle, trying.
They love that attention.
They do.
Black women, they using you. They floating you down the creek. How don't you see this? They're floating you down the creek. And at the end of that road, at the end of it, it's a waterfall. Yep. And it's a long drop.
It's a long drop.
So be careful.
But that's all I got to say.
I swear. Yeah, he already started looking at the phone, y'all. He not even pay attention for the last 2 minutes. I don't even know what he's looking at on the phone. He done moved on. You want to end the show, don't you?
Yeah, nigga, it's time to end the show.
There you go. Oh, let me just show this last thing.
The voter suppression taking place across this country. Americans favor expanded voting rights. The voter suppression taking place across this country, we all know about. So we know why we're here for that. But today we're here to say that we are not going back to the 1940s, not just the 1960s. For African Americans, blood, sweat, and tears is how we got that precious right to vote.
That was Melanie Campbell, the president and CEO of the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation. She was a part of a group of black women demanding the federal government take action on voting rights on Capitol Hill today, and was one of many protesters who were arrested.
Man, oh man.
Joining us from Washington, D.C., Janice L. Mathis. She's also the executive director of the National Council of Negro Women. Glad to have you on, Janice.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me what the energy was like on Capitol Hill today.
Very determined. There was a sense of history, a sense of destiny, some frustration that we're fighting a fight that's been going on now for literally more than 150 years, that we would still be talking about voting rights in 2021 when most of us have been working toward full voting rights for most of our lives.
That's going to be a long drop. So now they're making sure to put a black woman in front of everything. And at some point when the fire start hitting.
That's a Palestinian woman right there, though, ain't it?
Yeah. When the bullets start getting shot, you're going to go from being at the forefront to being a damn, what do you call it? When you use somebody as a shield. You become at the forefront to being the shield. Because when shit start falling, they say, who's to blame for this?
Well, they're already the shield.
Yeah, they pretty much are. But hopefully at some point, we can grow from this and get away from the damn both parties, Democratic or whatever, at some point, hopefully. But that'll be the end of this show. This is episode 15, right?
I believe so.
This is episode 15. I think this is longer than normal. I don't know. We'll see at the end. Hopefully you enjoy it and get through it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back again with the podcast release next Saturday. We try to do one every Saturday. But anyway, man, y'all be safe. Thanks for viewing. All praise to the Most High, and peace.